know, we have award-winning businesses all over Geelong. The annual Alcoa Access Awards for 2009, we had 2 forms of transport in the transport section. One was for the Macquarie's bus lines, the other for Geelong Taxi Network. Now, the Macquarie's bus line won for their accessible buses with their low floors that people can get onto, and also for the customer service their drivers deliver. And the Geelong Taxi Network won for their Maxi Taxi wheelchair service, and also their general response time was very good as well.
Welcome back as we look at the week in Geelong sport. Joining us, Dan Hill.
Headlining sport this week is the selection of young Geelong cricket star Michael Condy in the Victorian Under-17 squad for the Vic's upcoming campaign in Adelaide. Condy said he's looking forward to the opportunity for a chance to prove himself against the best young cricketers from around the nation.
Big opportunity, I suppose, to represent Victoria is a big thrill, but yeah, it is a big opportunity to get my name out there.
The competition begins in early January in Adelaide, which also coincides with the beginning of the Barwon Rockets title defence. Staying with the Barwon Rockets, the Under-18 and Under-16 squads continue to prepare for their upcoming championships, having played off last Sunday against each other in a one-off fixture. The game was taken out by the Under-18 side, and their coach Brian Thomas said he was confident ahead of the Rockets' title defence when he spoke with News Geelong's Tim Michell.
I think we've got the same squad again. We've picked another 4 spinners, 2 leg spinners, 2 off spinners. We've got as we can see, Big Bushy from Inverleigh, bowling left arm sharp. And we've got good leadership again with Becca and Alex Graham. And it's all about the leadership. We can have the great squads going around, but if we haven't got good leadership, we're nowhere.
The construction of Skilled Stadium's new stand is progressing well, with the completion of the new stand only a few months away. As Cal Lowther discovered from News Geelong, the newest area for Cat fans to watch their charges will also expand the stadium's capacity.
Skilled Stadium's Ross Drew stand, as you can see behind me, is in the final stages of its construction. The stand's redevelopment, which started in October 2008, is due to be completed early 2010 at a cost of $28 million. Funding for the new grandstand has come from the federal government, the Victorian government, the AFL and the City of Greater Geelong. Some of the new features of the grandstand will include new football administration offices, a function room which will cater for up to 300 guests, 50 new open-air corporate boxes, and a state-of-the-art gymnasium and science facility. Upon completion, the new grandstand will push Skilled Stadium's capacity to 30,000 people, which will be used to accommodate Geelong's 7 home games for next year. I'm Callum Lowther, reporting for News Geelong.
Hooker Renfrey arrived in Geelong in 1946. What brought him to the great Cardinia Park?
I came out of the army in 1946 March. I came down and had a run with Geelong in the last practice match in 1945 when I was in the army. But I had to go back again. And they then put me on the seconds list. So in 1946 they called me down again, and consequently we made the side with Tommy Morrow and Fred Flanagan and a chap by the name of Bob Wynne. And I went straight into the side in 1946. 201
games in the seniors. Hooker, is that a fact? Not one game in the reserves?
As a matter of fact, I was dropped in my 152nd game, I think it was, to 19th man, because they wanted to play Johnny McMahon, or Reg Hickey wanted to play Johnny McMahon, and at my expense I was 19th man. Well, I told them what to do with their football and so forth, and consequently, when I went out in the field, I got the biggest cheer I've ever had in my life. Didn't get too many prior to that, but I got plenty when I ran out in the field. And consequently, I never ever after that, and I never played with the seconds at all, Eric.
In racing action, News Geelong's Matt Murray reports from Avalon on the Fireball Derby for the sprint car class.
2 Saturday nights ago, Avalon Raceway was host to the 41st Fireball Derby, which also coincided with round 2 of the Avalon Sprint Car Premiership and round 4 of the SRA Sprint Car Series. Jamie Stark was caught out in his first appearance at Avalon Raceway in a sprint car, and that was only a taste of things to come, with the action red hot throughout the night. Fans were kept on the edge of their seat in the A-Main, with South Australian Stephen Lyons taking victory over a fast-finishing Matthew Reid, with Simpson local Johnny Vogels rounding out third.
And finally, Graham, just before I go, in basketball news, the fixture for the South East Australian Basketball League has been announced. Of course, featuring our very own Geelong Supercats. The Supercats will start their season on the road next year against the AIS on March 12th in Canberra, They'll then back up the following night in a double header against Canberra on the 13th of March. Their first home game will be at the Geelong Arena on the 20th of March against Hobart. Of course, remembering that the Supercats knocked out Hobart of the finals last season in the preliminary final. And that's all in sport for this week, Graham.
Thank you very much, Dan Hill. And now good evening to Larni Salathiel with the Geelong weather. Larni, will the weather continue as hot as what it's been today, or can we please maybe get some water for the gardens?
Yes, Graham, it is set to cool down, so let's take a look at Geelong's 6-day forecast. Starting with tomorrow, we've got cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms from late morning until evening and a top of 21. Heading into Friday, partly cloudy, isolated showers during the morning also, with a top again of 21. Heading into the weekend with Saturday, partly cloudy, isolated showers and a top of 22. Sunday, mostly sunny with a maximum of 23. Heading into next week for Monday, mostly sunny, warming up again with a top of 26. And Tuesday, mostly sunny, again warming up with a top of 27. And we had an absolute scorcher today, Graham, with a top of 40 and with the cool change coming in later on tonight. So that's weather for this week. Thanks, Graham.
So we're looking forward to a brighter lookout. Now, to take us out tonight, we join the enjoyable occasion on the Northern Community Carols, held last Saturday night at the North Shore Primary School, well organised by Shona Friswell and the Mums Group, with great support from the City of Greater Geelong. That's News Geelong for this week. Thank you for being with us. Until next week, remember, take your time and smell the flowers. A very good evening.
Good evening. Well, tonight in store we have our Northern Community Christmas Carols. It's actually been put together by a group of fantastic mums we have here at North Shore Primary School. We have dancing, we have singing, we have Rob Tripolino, and of course we have the famous Graham Rawlins. He'll be hosting tonight's event. Fantastic. We've got barbecue and we've got fabulous cookers. My hands are a bit dirty. You can see I'm pitching in. So come with us and have a fantastic night.
And Kylie, undoubtedly, the spirit of Christmas is starting to really come alive here in the northern suburbs.
Absolutely. When you go that way to the crowd, you'll just see how many people are here. They're all in red and green, and I've got my funky earrings on. There's lots of hats and lots of reindeer, what do they call them, antlers out there, so it's a fantastic night. Everyone's really pumped, and so am I.
Don we now our gay apparel.